Most of these materials will harden from 700, actually.
Now, most guys would take and have this thing going full blast
Right.
to heat it up fast.
Yeah, that's the deceiving thing about it.
And then you overheat the edge by 300 degrees and get great big chunky grains, and
Okay.
it doesn't work right.
Okay.
When I was doing Max had sent me some Sumidagashi steel. Or no, it was the stuff from Dick Biz.
Yeah,
There's
Sumidagashi.
a big chunk, big 3 thick layers he wanted to roll down. I said, well, I've never done it. It could come apart, but send me the spec sheet. And it wanted, 1,500 Fahrenheit as a forging temperature. By the time I got the forge dialed in on the thermocouple, just like we're doing now, I'm looking at a fire that's about like that going, this is too low. And when it comes out, it was more of an orange, sort of reddish looking stuff. Rolled through the rolling mill and forged like butter. It was unbelievable. But blacksmiths, us, stack makers, we're oftentimes very guilty of thinking if little's good, more is better.
Oh, yeah.
And we tend to run too high.
Okay.
But via Howard and others, we've come up with methods to correct the problems. And it is true. I mean, if you're bashing on steel with a hand hammer, you like it to be more plastic and doughy,
Yeah, right.
because it's harder. It's not as hard on your arm. You get more work done at a higher heat, but then you have to compensate for what you're doing to the internal structure of the steel by doing a grain reduction.
Okay.
Cutting the tape. Might as well be prepared.
What are you going to do? Need water quench it or?
Nah, it's an oil can. There's no sense in getting crazy.
Thermal cycle?
I don't know, did you?
No.
I thermocycled it a couple of times and I annealed it in the oven overnight.
So it wouldn't hurt
Wouldn't hurt to.
to cycle it one more time.
Okay. Yeah.
You're gonna have more scale to clean up because of it, but
Yeah.
it'll be okay. And you said 1095 and 15 and 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, old type furnace guarantee is a little hard to build.
Now, what are you looking for, Howard?
I'm looking for a color shift upward to tell me that it changed to perlite, so I can put it back in the fire.
Okay.
And you gotta have a shadow to hide it in.
You got a shadow along the edge. Okay.
Just kind of try that when it's dark.
Yeah, it needs to be darker. Really,
It's
for it to
called, the
get down.
phenomenon is called recoalescence. Decoalescence and recoalescence. And knowing where the color
Right
change
for the
happens
oil.
tells you a lot about the quality of the steel.
Was it?
That you're at the right place.
In a while you'll want it.
Okay.
So as it cools
Says you'll
down,
want it in a
it's
little
actually
while.
moving
Yeah.
to a dark, like a black color, and then all of a sudden the blue
Really?
get hotter. And that's just that transition from one crystal structure to the other.
I'll be damned. Okay.
It's still gonna be a little hotter than I want it to be, but it'll be okay. You kind of miss that. Canola. That's what it smelled like anyway. Like what? Canola? Yeah.
You know,
I still think it's a damn shame they don't call it rapeseed oil, but
you can get rapeseed oil.
Well, that's what the plant was historically called. Rape. Somehow rape oil is not a good marketing term in America.
In the PC world,
Well, it's hard. I don't know how you're gonna temper it. Oven?
Good.
go for it.
Yeah, okay.
I might cool on down to ambient.
It's hard.
They're hard to heat treat, so you know something.
There's a fire pit over there. We can put.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, when I could, I bought a big 50-gallon barrel of Parks.
Did you? Where'd that end up? Is it still in Washington?
Yeah, it's still in one. I got about 2/3 of it left. I started selling off 5 gallons at a time because I've got a
I've still never tried the magic Parks 50.
I probably have a 20-year-old bucket of canola oil that still will float a dead mouse up from time to time when I get home.
Okay, Howard,
Thank you.
you quenched an oil,
Yeah.
you got it down to a temp, why didn't you put it in water? Cool it
There's
down.
no need to unless you're in a hurry.
Okay,
It's safer for the steel to cool down to room temperature at
at
air
that room
cooling
temp. Okay,
over time. The cracking, if it's going to occur, occurs between the time martensite starts to form, which is about 450 degrees as you're in the quench, on the way down to room temp.
okay,
That's when the cracks happen. So if you take it out of the oil and you slam it right in the water,
you're looking for potential.
well, you probably wouldn't crack it because of the materials and what we did in controlled temperatures, but there's no reason to take the risk.
Okay, all right,
Most of my knives and razors and everything that's not a sword, basically, in my shop, I austenize heated up in a high temperature salt pot, which is running at the same temperature ranges, but it's a stainless steel pipe full of mixed chloride salts. And you immerse the blade in the liquid, so you can't overheat it because it can only get as hot as the liquid it's in.
yeah,
There's no scale because it's inside a liquid with no oxygen
Yep.
to cause scale. But then I also quench in low temperature salt, which is operating at about 450 degrees
okay,
Fahrenheit, and that's what I quench in. So all it does is cool it fast enough to avoid making perlite, but it's not actually martensite until it cools down to room temperature.
okay,
It's trapped in a condition that's called metastable austenite, which just metastable means it's going to be something else soon,
okay,
and then it becomes martensite as it cools
okay,
down to ambient, or if you really want to be a hard ass about it, it probably should be thrown in the freezer if you want 100%.
okay,
But if you control the austenitizer temperature and the grain size, there's no point in fucking with that either.
okay.
Well, yeah, which is that whole liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
You have to do that.
That's cheap insurance for you botched the heat treatment in the first place. If you pay attention to the grain size and control the temperatures, it's unnecessary with simple steels.
Okay, so with simple steels?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I think carbon steel versus stainless.
Yeah, stainless steels generally all benefit from it because they all have a higher percentage retained austenite from the heat
Okay.
treat in the first place. And if you're making gauge blocks out of D2 that you want to be 1 inch, 1.000, it's beneficial for dimensional stability.
okay,
But in my world, it's just an unnecessary expense
okay,
and more shit.
Yeah, the other critique I would make is that there's a conflict of interest because the people that publish the research also own the companies that sell you the gear.
Right. And or supply the liquid nitrogen in the doer.
okay,
Or sell the service. Or
Yeah.
all of the above.
And make you feel guilty if you don't do it.
okay,
And for a while, it was, they sold it everywhere. They were having people believe it made rifle barrels more accurate and plastic stronger.
I fell
and-
into that one. I sent a rifle barrel off.
Did it make any difference? Didn't think so.
But they were marketing a tri-bucket.
Yeah.
To heat it up and then bring it down,
Right.
cool it.